Hey there, Jason here, and we're going to be playing another game of Commander on YouTube, GDC videos. Alright, so with the announcement of Magic Origins, we're going to have our final core set, which takes a look at Planeswalkers before and after Spark. So it really got me thinking about origin stories. We're playing against Roon, Seizan, Nekusar. We are Rasputin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically tell you my origin story with EDH and my first commander, which is Rasputin Dreamweaver here. And then we'll play another game with sort of a updated version along the same theme. So this is a mulligan. And this is fine. So, I came back to Magic. I played in the early days. I came back around Avacyn Restored, so like mid-2012. And my friends were telling me all about this awesome format named Commander, or EDH. And it was something that was appealing to me, but also really scary. I'd been out of the game for something like 15 years. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of cards printed in that time. So having a format which says basically almost anything goes was a little scary, a little challenging. So to people new to the format, I totally get that. And really what you need to do is find something that speaks to you. I played my first game of EDH with a borrowed friends deck at a GP in Toronto, and I had absolutely no idea what was going on. There were things flying around. I could barely keep track of what was going on, and I thought, well, maybe this isn't for me, or we'll give it a little time. So I sort of said, oh, this format seems cool, but I'm not sure what I'm doing. I don't know what's going on. So I really needed to find something that spoke to me. And it came, I don't know, 6 months later, a few months later, with the Magic Online Holiday Cube. Maybe the first time they did a Holiday Cube, I'm not sure. It would have been like around Christmas 2012. And I got into some fun shenanigans using Venser, the Planeswalker, and a bunch of ETB abilities. I don't remember specifically what was in the deck. Stuff like Revelark and Flicker Wisp and a bunch of good Enter the Battlefield abilities. So I was like, well, this is pretty broken. Oh, that's sad. Someone played their Transguild Promenade, but they couldn't tap the Ziggurat to pay for it, so that was a little not so smart. I don't feel the need to run out a Mist Meadow Witch. I'm just going to tap out because I'm not going to swords anything at this early date either. There's probably just complaining. Yeah, so I saw lots of like cool blinky stuff with Venser. And so I started thinking, well, this is what I really like to do. It's a little wonky, a little broken. Let's have some fun. So I went through Gatherer and I looked at I just did a search for like enters the battlefield. Looking for a good legend that would do it well for me. And so I came across, at the time, the best legend for this was Rasputin Dreamweaver. If you're unfamiliar with him, it's 4 white-blue for a 4/1 human wizard. And he comes in with 7 dream counters on him. And you can remove a counter for 1 colorless mana or to prevent a damage to him. And then if he has less than 7 and is untapped at the beginning of your upkeep, you put a counter on him. So he comes down. Basically, the goal is to get to 6 mana, and then you can drop him, and then you have 7 mana, or you have 13 mana the next turn. So it's really, really super fun. he can enable some really busted starts, and then if you can like blink him, he does a lot of cool stuff. All right, we don't really have anything else to do. I'm not. I don't feel the need to exile Dark Imposter, but we might think about it later if it gets a little crazy. So I threw together a deck with all the best, like, enter the battlefield abilities. We got, like, Sun Titans and Snapcasters, Miss Meadow Witch here, blinks things, obviously Conjurer's Closet, like, basically just anything with cool enter the battlefield abilities is fair game. And so I really like this deck. This isn't, you know, my original version, obviously, with Afara, but the problem was I didn't have any cards. Like, my collection was basically, like, I don't know, a dozen packs of Avacyn Restored and, like, a little bit of other stuff. I don't like Aura Shards. Oh, Aura Shards is fine, actually. It doesn't hurt me at this point. So I made up a list, and I took it to one of my friends who, it's not coming at me, who had most of the cards, and basically built the deck for me. And it was a lot of fun. It was sort of a control-y value deck, and it was super sweet. So I'll talk about it more as we go, but this is the deck, and what we'll be doing afterwards is building an updated version with a new commander, sort of like Magic Origin shows the Planeswalkers as they were as humans or whatever they start out as. And then there'll be some sort of transform mechanic or something. Maybe dual face cards will come back, but you'll see their spark. You'll get a new Planeswalker version. It looks super exciting. So we're going to sort of take that idea here, show you my origins as a commander player, and then we'll soup up the deck. There are a lot of more, there are two more sort of relevant commanders for this type of deck now. Roon up here is one of them. We're actually going to be doing Brago, because Brago can do some crazy things. He's really good at, he can just blink everything you want, just on dealing damage, and with a flyer in EDH, you're probably going to find somewhere to deal damage, and then you just blink all your stuff and get super huge value. You can blink Planeswalkers, so there'll be a higher Planeswalker contingent in that deck. Yeah, blink Planeswalkers to reset their loyalty, use them twice in a turn. You'll never build them to ultimate, but in EDH, you rarely ultimate a Planeswalker. It's possible. Yeah, this guy, he really wants his Transguild Promenade for Nekusar. Oh well. Sad. Think about what you're doing, people. Always remember. Alright, so is it more important for me to get a Afara down, or do I play this Floodplain and get, did I say Floodflame? Floodplain, and like maybe Bribery next turn? I guess it's fine. We'll hold up Swords one more turn. I don't know. Maybe it would have been better to get a Afara down. So Roon is super powerful. I've always wanted to build a Roon deck, and I have one sort of built on here, but I haven't actually played around with it yet. And I feel like for the purposes of these videos, Brago is sort of a better direct comparison. And also, you know, when I used to think about in paper, like tearing this deck apart into Roon, cutting like a third of the cards was pretty, made me sad. Just to add another color, even though there are super powerful effects in green. And our Roon player is getting a pretty good start here. Chromatic Lantern for other colors, got some Karoo lands, Aura Shards is always good, and privileged position, so we can't mess with their stuff. Excuse me. So we're going to have to start figuring out a way to mess with their stuff soon. Be it an austere command. Okay, that's coming at me now. The 1 damage is real. So we are taking this game a little slowly, and I haven't really been wanting to run out my value creatures. Obviously, we're not going to play a Snapcaster for no value. So Dark Imposter is something we can think of swordsing now. We can't hit anything over here. This guy's not doing anything. Dark Imposter is, like, you know, a little scary. I think we're actually going to. We can always snap it back if we have to. I think we should use the mana here. Because the thing is, he's not going to be able to target Roon stuff, so they're going to probably start targeting my stuff. Yeah, I'm just going to get it out. Probably a little too proactive, but like I said, snap it back means I have access to it again if I really, really need it. And the fact is they can start hitting mana next turn and make it big. It's questionable. Oh, this doesn't tap for lands. Actually, I thought Thawing Glacier was still tapped for 1 for some reason. I don't use it that much. So I thought they could activate it. Oh well. Alright, we're going to bribe. Let's bribe somebody. Let's bribe Roon. Just because they probably have cards that... Although they have Roon. So we can get it back. That was stupid. Not thinking super clearly. Oops. Spilling some water. So maybe we want to steal something that, So there's not really that much great here. I was expecting like a... what's it called? Avenger of Zendikar or something? Let's take the Prophet, I guess. It's super powerful, and then we can chain other stuff. Like next turn we can play a Farah, then Mist Meadow Witch, and then start blinking like Sun Titan. The fact is they can really just get it back with Roon, which was probably a little bit foolish of me. Yeah. So I wouldn't say I've been playing super well, but I haven't really played this deck in a while, and yeah. So this turn we'll play a Farah. Next turn we'll play Miss Meadow Witch. And we'll get the Farah value train rolling. And we can, you know, what I'm sort of thinking in the back of my head is when he goes to Roon, the Prophet of Krufix, on his turn, then we, Snapcaster just swords the Prophet, and then we gain a few life, and he doesn't get a Prophet. It was really just a bad idea to take something of Roon's, because they'll just get it back, and they will happily do that. Crux of Fate. Destroy all non-dragon creatures. Okay, sure. I like the foil. I really want one of these foils. Well, I can... I can play Witch, but not blink it, so there's no real need to. Such a pretty foil, though. I really want one either online or in paper. I love the cheesy shifting watermark. It's really pretty. But since it's a constructed legal card, or constructed relevant card, it's not likely to be super valuable, or super cheap, rather. So what I kind of want to draw is like a big casting cost artifact. So I can play Rasputin next turn and then dump my mana into the artifact. The best thing is something like Karn. But not likely. You know, 1 in 86 chance. Figure out what other like crazy powerful artifacts are in here. I think I had a Staffin in, but I took it out. It really should be in here. Conjurer's Closet obviously is great. Oh no. He played a land that he has to sacrifice creatures for, or have creatures for. I don't know that land. Seems dicey. They haven't played a creature this turn, but Coalition Relic, I guess, is a good reason to do it. Reliquary Tower, not super relevant. We'll drop it. And we'll get our Floodplain back. This is sort of nice synergy with Sun Titan and fetch lands, even slow fetch lands like Floodplain. And we'll draw a card off of Farah next turn. Nice. That's a good thing to drop off Rasputin. Oh, but they can destroy artifacts with aura shards too. I thought it was just enchantments for some reason. It is a good reason to go Roon. You can get aura shards and then just block out all the artifact and enchantment, really. Really, I want to find like an austere command. So they targeted my Afara rather than lock this guy out of the game further, which is fair. We have a nice Roon player who doesn't want to mana screw somebody. Alright, so is Seizan coming down? Is he 6 or 7? 7, eh? No, 5. Everybody's going to be getting lots of cards if Seizan and Nekusar are out and start taking lots of damage. Liliana Vess, wow. Target player discards a card. Or tutor, but yeah. Well, I have to kill Liliana now. I was going to attack in here, but let's kill the planeswalkers. So unfortunately our Gilded Lotus is kind of trapped. We need to get rid of that aura shards. And really it's just sort of austere command that'll do it for us. So let's hope to draw our austere command soon. Okay. I really do sort of want Nekusar, etc. to get the card draw rolling. Because austere command is something I want just to clean up mostly the privileged position, also the aura shards. One, two, three, four, 5. So they couldn't play Roon again. They need 7. They can next turn, obviously, but they couldn't play Solemn and Roon. Alright, do we see Nekusar coming down here? I think that's probably likely. Slave of Bolas was discarded, I guess. I've never actually built a Grixis deck, or I would be playing Slave of Bolas. One of my favorite things is the Act of Treason sacrifice interaction. And obviously, Slave of Bolas does it for you all in one card, which is amazing. Alright, so I don't see any red, so maybe this isn't Nekusar. Oh! Oh, rude. I think I'm just going to Miss Meadow Witch that back to me. So how much mana do I need? I can afford to get Hallowed Fountain. So we've got two Blink Shenanigans decks. Okay. Alright, so I'm actually not going to do it right now because I can draw an extra card off of Farah if I wait a turn. Does open me up to an attack from Solemn, but I don't think that's super likely. I think that'll more go at Liliana. Excuse me. Nykthos. I don't know if Nykthos is great in this deck. I'm not sure why it's in here. It's okay. Nykthos is always okay in a 1 or 2 color deck, but it doesn't seem amazing to me. Alright, all the Karoo lands, eh? I don't tend to actually like them that much. I played them early, but I don't really play them now. Unless, like, I really want to... If I'm playing, like, a deck where I want to fill up my graveyard, I might play them so I can get a discard on, like, turn 2. But, yeah. That'll go at Liliana, which is perfect. I'm almost... Well, no, there's no reason to fear another Wrath. Coffer's nice. That makes a lot of mana. That's probably what they tutored for. That's a promo in the new border. That's really nice. I don't think I've seen that before. I love Cabal Coffers. I was able to pick up a foil really cheap when I got into EDH, and I also got a nice altered version, so it's an awesome card. Doesn't fit in every deck, but obviously mono black decks want it. Decks that run Urborg as well. Obviously the classic combo there. So I'm keeping Miss Meadow Witch activation up instead of like using it earlier because I'm sort of worried it gets killed or that my Sun Titan will get killed. You know, you never know. I'll do it at end of turn. Or maybe just once they use up their mana. 12 mana, eh? That's a lot. Nixilis. Nixilis is pretty good. Sculpting Steel. Get an artifact. Like a Coalition Relic or maybe a Solemn. Yep. Okay, I was like, oh no. You were searching your library, but Nixilis is only for opponents. It still lets you search your library. Roon discards a forest. So we're really sort of missing a key piece of this deck, which is crazy enter the battlefield abilities. Sorry, I know you want your lands back, but give it back. Oh. Okay. We done got downfalled. So we're seeing a lot of mana, and we've got ways of enforcing our recursion, but it hasn't really happened yet. So the question will be, do I Snapcaster Swords on Obnixilis, or do I Snapcaster Bribery? I think I might Snapcaster Bribery and go looking in this mono black deck for something good. Even like a Sholdred would be awesome. This is an odd game. Alright, now do we have Nekusar coming down, please? I want to draw some cards. I love that everyone was so afraid of Nekusar early on, and now it's just like, yes, please give me the gas, and I'll take him out when I have to. Puppeteer Clique. So just grabbing my Sun Titan to get one of your lands. And attack in on Liliana, please. Don't go attacking me. They still have to like sequence this right. They have to bring in the Thran Quarry now, and then when they attack, they have to bring in the Transguild Promenade. But then they'll lose the Thran Quarry. Oh no, they have the Clique. It's attacking me. Okay. Yeah. Maybe you're a little pissed off at me, but it doesn't matter. Come on. Probably just figures they'll throw away the Psalm Simulacrum. Alright, taking 6 from my own Sun Titan. It's sad. And then it gets exiled. While not blocking. So, that was sort of one of the problems with this deck, is that it can do crazy things, but if it doesn't really draw the right combinations of cards, it just kind of sputters around. Like, we've been able to put up a little good resistance, but nothing really crazy. Venser. Vince really doesn't do it, does it? We really, yeah, you need defenses for that. Alright, I'm gonna snap bribery. Get a big flyer or Shouldered. Alright, ooh, Ulamog. Alright, what do we got here? Born Overlord isn't going to do much for me. Blood Gift Demon would be okay. Grave Titan. Sepulchral Primordial does not do anything. I can't really resist Ulamog. You know, it's likely to get blinked. Alright. We'll get 1 damage in. Alright. We will draw a card off of Farah. I love when you get her value train rolling. I wish Ulamog was hasty. Likely they play Roon, and then I get like an attack on them and make them sacrifice a bunch of permanents. But then it just gets, well, I don't know if you'd want to blink it back to that guy's control. How do you feel about Eldrazi and EDH? I mean, they're super powerful. I find they always just get stolen. Oh, Ixodron. Alright. I'm fine with that. I don't love it. Ixodron is powerful. Super good. It's always a card I sort of forget about because it's sort of a niche case. Yeah, I find Eldrazi super big, obviously, super awesome, but they just tend to get dealt with. They get briberied, they get mind controlled, they get flipped like this. Obviously they do good work, but they're unreliable. And if your opponent ends up with one and you start getting hit with your own Eldrazi, which happens more often than not in my experience, then yeah, you're a little sad. So I've got enough creatures that I think I want to start venturing. Just to get my value dudes back. And I can, well, I can't chump block forever. So it'll probably still die. Although we will have, if you play like Grand Arbiter and Venser, so that's 2. We have enough even if without the cost reduction. There's a little weird line up here. Alright, shuffle Ulamog back into your library, go for it. He is just a 2/2 to me. This is an awful lineup here. Oh, you want Ulamog, eh? Oh, shoot, eh? Well, if it comes back down next turn, that's going to be hard to deal with. I guess I just Snapcaster exile it. Not happening, eh? Decree of Pain. Alright. So draw your cards and get your Ulamog on next turn. We're not in great shape, unfortunately. Concede. Well, that wasn't nice. That's really weird. You had all the mana in the world. Sorry, GTG. Alright, whatever. Just drew a ton of cards and exited the game. Alright, well, we have a game again. Roon only has 2 cards plus Roon, so that's not actually super scary. Maybe this is Nekusar finally. Alright, let's draw some cards. I always think Nekusar has flying because just he's a vampire and he looks kind of swoopy, but he does not. Revelark. Revelark's not bad. Yeah, Revelark's actually super good. Might actually be worth venturing just to Revelark. Can we afford to? We can. We don't get our Grand Arbiter down, but we can Revelark Venser. Get back our Snapcaster. Probably not bother swordsing Nekusar at this point. But we'll have a Planeswalker and 3 creatures. Seems good to me. As with a lot of blue-white decks, this deck sort of excels in the long game. Gets a little control-y, and obviously if we can keep Venser around for a little while, it's super powerful. Alright, there was a little delay there somewhere at the door. Okay, Karmic Guide. Alright. Like I said, well, I don't even have the mana to cast swords, so I'm not going to. Ooh, a Far's Life too. Sweet. Alright. So we can really start taking over here. We will have to take out Nekusar sooner rather than later. But Venser is super good, and we only really need him to survive for like 3 turns, and if we have a Farah as a blocker, then it's actually kind of likely. This might be Roon coming back down, or, you know, something big. Roon exiles permanence, right? So we can just exile Venser, which means we won't get to a 6 slime. What are you going to destroy? Artifact, enchantment, or land. Alright, Nykthos, sure. So let me know in the comments what your origin story is. What did you come in with to EDH with? What general or interaction really sparked your interest in the format? What finally got you from thinking, oh, this is cool, or maybe borrowing a friend's deck to actually building your own and expressing yourself through EDH? I think I love EDH. One of the key things I really love about it is that it's really the format where you just get to express yourself, express what you love about the game. You can do it in like a million different ways, but it's all sort of comes back to what do you like to do? Because basically any part of the game that you love, you can build a deck that really focuses on that. That really hones in on it and does it really well. And they're not necessarily all super competitive. I mean, I certainly have my fair share of Dirtle decks. We looked at ones last time with Progenitus and all the gods, which is super fun. It doesn't win a lot, but it can. And in the meantime, you're just having fun doing random stuff. So Nekusar has lots of cards. Roon doesn't. I'm okay. What's this? Oh, when it deals combat damage to a player, you may transform it. Alright. I'm not scared of that. Sunblast Angel is nice. Obviously not super relevant at the moment, but it's okay. So I need to leave Revel Arc back. Oh, redirecting Nekusar damage to Venser? Sure. I getcha. So maybe I do want to Snapcaster Nekusar. I think I'm going to attack Nekusar. So what I'm going to do is Miss Meadow Witch Snapcaster at the on Nekusar's turn. Oh, Luminate Primordial is nice. Oh, shoot. I was just realizing they can attack in here. But I actually, I can Miss Meadow Witch whatever they take back. I do kind of like the Venser soaking out my Nekusar damage, but I gotta be careful with it. I really just want to get rid of that privileged position, but I haven't found a way to do it. So we're sort of in a bit of a stall, although obviously we have a great board presence. Eladamri's Call. Ay, get a creature, any creature, any creature! I don't know that Swordswing Nekusar is actually my best bet. Like, I think I'm just gonna have to accept that at some point Venser's gonna die. Let's see what creature they get, though. Progenitor Mimic. Seems good. But we'll just exile it. Oh, we can't. Progenitor Mimic on what? On Revel Arc? On Snappy or Grand Arbiter? Not Grand Arbiter. Probably Revel Arc, if I had to guess. Yep. Get oh, you can get Ixodron back, eh? That's a little sketch. So I say we save our Sunblast Angel. I don't know. This is a tricky game. That's the problem with Rasputin, and maybe a reason why I did move away from it, aside from like expanding into the format at large. But it can be a little tricky, a little stally, complicated to play. Progenitor Mimic on Revelark is actually really good. It's a 0/0 at base, right? So if he gets another one, then even if I manage to like kill it, he can just bring the first one back. We really have to sort of take this out like right now, and it's not really going to be possible. Evil Twin. Everyone have Revelarks, please. This is a little silly. Okay, so do I want a Snapcaster Nekusar? I don't think I need to. I was thinking I would, but I don't really need to. If I do, it does mean that Venser dies. Oh no, it doesn't. Muldrifter, sweet. Muldrifter kills Venser though. Oh, Revelark can bring itself back? Oh, wow. So he gets Prophet and, like, Ixodron, I guess? Or no, he just brings Progenitor Mimic back. I can't bring anything back. Shoot. Yeah, maybe it would have been better. I don't know. To play Muldrifter first and just accept that we lose Venser. It's a tricky spot. We're gonna lose Venser. It's just gonna happen. They're gonna get Prophet and either Prophet and Ixodron, or well, they have a lot of small creatures. Prophet, Oracle, Solemn, Ixodron, Progenitor Mimic, even Acidic Slime. And they can even get another Revelark. Unfortunately, there's nothing at instant speed to get. Yeah. Prophet, Progenitor Mimic, probably still on Revelark. Yep. Alright. Maybe that was a little, our sequencing was probably a little bad there. I think we want to, like, evoke Muldrifter and hope to draw into, like... an austere command or something like that. That hexproof is killing me. Privileged position, such a great card. Karn. Karn is great. But Karn doesn't do much for me, does it? Not really. Alright, let's play Karmic Guide. And I guess get back Revelark. I was gonna say get Muldrifter. So we do lose Venser here, but that's okay. I really just want card draw. Ugh. I'm really just searching for like austere command. Hoverguard sweepers targets though. That privileged position has been really messing with me all game. And we need like a Wrath. We need a Wrath or preferably an austere command. But even a Wrath doesn't really do it because the Revelark, like, I think Roon is sort of taking, I mean, I have an impressive board presence, but I think Roon is really taking control of this game very fast. Just having Revelark to get all this stuff back is, like, super good. Progenitor Mimic on Revelark, I don't believe I've ever seen that before, but it's really powerful. Kicked Rate of Replication on Muldrifter. Yeah, draw 10, why not? I think this game might turn. Yeah, but between Aura Shards and Privileged Position, the Roon player has really managed to cripple us a little bit. Oh yeah, take 10 from Nekusar, by the way, buddy. I'm just going to F6 because I have no plays, and this is a lot of triggers. So does this have the, like, tap? I guess there's no way to know. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if this has the Revelark Destroy ability. But the client's not really great at telling you that. So these could or they could not. I'm not sure exactly what the rules are. I'm excited to show you the next game when we play it. Hopefully it might go a little better. You'll notice we haven't even played Rasputin. We haven't really had much to do with the mana. We haven't had mana problems, so it's been fine. But I'm excited to play with Roon because I really haven't, or not Roon, Brago is what we're going to do in the next one. Just having a reliable, super powerful blink effect on your commander really takes it to the next level. In this deck, you sort of need to rely on your Mismeta Witches, your Vencers, your Conjurer's Closets, and, you know, some other few random things. Man, the fact that, like, they can just get a Revelark back when it dies is really nasty. Oh, and yeah, don't forget they have a 12 cards in hand and Perplexing Chimera. Alright. We really need a Wrath. There are a few in the deck. There's 3 or 4. So we're a third of the way into the deck, so hopefully one should show up soon. We should have drawn one by now, but that's really the only thing that's going to do anything for us. And even then, they'll get 4 creatures back, like including Prophet, Ixodron, what have you. Karn would just die to some combination of Nekusar and Mulldrifters. Actually, it would just get stolen by Perplexing Chimera. You're killing mine instead. Oh, well, he has to, right? He can't. I was like going to say you're killing mine instead of the one that's making copies of it, but that's fair. Can't target anything, so this is you know, felt like a pretty hopeless game for a while, although there was some moment where it felt like we could do good work, but now I sort of feel like we're out of it. Sunblast Angel is even, like, not really playable with when they have a Prophet out. I mean, everybody should run, like, Enchantment Destruction so we could start getting rid of that, but, and I do. I don't run a ton, but there's definitely some in here. We just haven't seen it. I could just let my Karmic Guy die. But for some reason, I just want to keep the Revel Arc train rolling. Oblivion Ring. Well, it's a start. Although it really just gets killed to any creature coming down. Oh, it's awful. I'm just trying to figure out a way to like survive here. And it's not coming to me. Yeah, any creature comes down and they knock it out with aura shards. This is so bad. He's got a good setup there. I guess adding green to this deck to add protection really helps. Wow. I guess I just need to blink this too. I need more cards. More cards, please. I guess we could have Oblivion Ringed and then swords something like this, which, but then, you know, they just take the Chimera. This is... Perplexing Chimera is a super annoying card. I'm never happy when I play against it. Armada Worm. No. Yeah, green is super powerful. I should, like, really play a Roon deck as well. It's, again, on theme, and green, adding green is just gives you so much. But honestly, I do think we're close to done here. It's just a matter of them getting a win con in. If they can, like, reach a win con before we can wrath the board, and even when we wrath, like, they'll get 6 creatures back. This is awful. This is legitimately terrible. We're under such a lock. Revel Arc and Progenitor Mimic, or vice versa. It's crazy. I do love Progenitor Mimic. It's super value. It does insane things. Oh, you have your own. Okay. And you're just evoking it. Alright, sure. Revel Arcs for everybody. I was tempted to even just brainstorm them. It wouldn't be lethal with Nekusar, and they'd probably, like, spit it back to me, but eh. Yeah, it's really, really not a good spot we're in. Normally at this point I might concede, but, you know, I'm making a video, and I don't actually like conceding. This is just a pretty bad lock. So this is a situation where I probably would concede. But, you know, there's always... I'm going to say there's always a chance. There's not really much of a chance. I don't know if I probably play Terminus in this deck. I'm not 100% sure. Terminus would probably do a little better than a Wrath would. My Tundra. It's still my turn, by the way. Alright, let's get our creatures back. Get a Farah back online. We're still, like, really dead. Really, really dead. This is the problem when you play two Trixie controlling decks like this against each other. Like, if it wasn't for this deck, I probably could have taken down the table, but, you know, two people doing the same kind of thing, it gets a little crazy. And if one of them does it better, then they do it better. Oh. Oh, there's salvation. Oh, but... Detention Sphere would be super good, but it'll get Perplexing Chimera. It really will. Oh! I think what we do next turn is Detention Sphere. They'll probably take it, and then we can Rift. They'll exile something of ours, but that's okay. Those were good draws. Cyclonic Rift. You know, I go back and forth on Cyclonic Rift. I might have talked about this in previous videos. I'm not sure. Probably not, actually. Might have been some, like, earlier ones I did before I started officially doing this. I go back and forth on Cyclonic Rift. Sometimes I think that it's really just a horrible, unfun card, and it can be. To basically just pay 7 mana and, you know, have a good chance of winning the game right on the spot. It's definitely a little unfun. But at the same time, here I have this game where, you know, I was... Okay. Oh, wow. I was just going to say, here's a chance for it to actually turn it around. And that's not going to happen because we're probably just dead here because they have one. Of course they do. So that was our chance, and we're not going to get it. I don't even have any creatures to bring back with Revel Arc. Okay. Well, I'm kind of happy the game was over because it was getting a little unfun. And it took us a while to draw a potential out, and we finally did, and we're just going to get killed. But that's fine. I would have sort of liked to see if it actually worked, but only so much you can do. Our best chance is that they try to go for exact Seizan on us, and then they rift, or we rift one of their creatures, but that's pretty bad. That's just survival, and we sort of need it to win. Sure, have a top, why not? Alright, well, this was a fun game. Frustrating at times. So what's our best chance at survival? Because let's try. Our best chance is they attack us for like almost exactly lethal, and we get to Cyclonic Rift one of their things. So right now we've got 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Yeah, okay, so... Oh, no. 22 is coming... 24 is coming at us right now. Alright, they're just going for the all-in on us. Okay, so we're dead. Oh, no. Okay, so what's coming at us? 5, 9, 19, 24. So let's rift something. Oh, we can't. We can't. I was saying, I was forgetting about privileged position. We actually just can't. We're dead. Okay, I was thinking we would rift something. It would either get rid of the damage, or they would give us the Perplexing Chimera and we could block something. But we can't do that. And then we'd survive for the turn. We'd play Sunblast Angel and wipe their board. They'd get things back with Revelark, obviously. Just saying goodbye, good games. Yeah, so that's a game. That's Rasputin. You know, did fine, but not amazing. It would have been nice to get some more enter the battlefield effects out early. And we'll see what happens. I don't think there's any way that the Nekusar player can come back. They're probably just dead on their last turn, so we'll see. We'll stick around and see what happens, and then we'll get started on Brago. I may take a bit of a break, maybe do a draft as a palate cleanser, but the video will be directly below. Alright, so we got blue coming. Ooh, Reigns of Power. That's nice. Oh, just Perplexing Chimera it. Although, you know, Perplexing Chimera doesn't do it. Yeah, Perplexing Chimera doesn't do it. Wow. Reigns of Power. I don't play Reigns of Power. You know, obviously great in situations such as this. Maybe I should start. That's like the one thing they could do to really turn this around. Alright. This is taking a long time to resolve. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Glenn Alendra. Okay, this dude has everything. Wow. Alright. So that's game. That was a nice try, but Glenn Alendra really puts a stop to it. I mean, I suppose with like 13, 14 cards, they're likely to at least have a counter spell. There are some counter spells in my deck too that we didn't see. Alright, well, we'll see you in the next game. I'm probably just going to check out here because this is taking a while. So we will see you in, well... I really do want to see if there's... I want to check out, but I also just want to see if there's, like, anything that can possibly be done here. No, scoops. Okay, cool. We will see you with a Brago deck. We'll take a look at what sort of the theme we like can do better nowadays that a new commander has been printed. So we'll see. It's probably a bit of a better deck, and we'll see if it does better. We'll see you next time. Check it out. Bye.